One last question. Is Pac still alive?
Nobody knows. That's Pac, man. He was the outlaw. And Reg from Holler Back is trying to be friendly and get orders.
So you seriously think that he might still be alive?
I would say that Pac, you never know.
After new evidence came out proving Tupac is still alive, rappers reacted saying, "Man, this new Tupac stuff really messing with my head for real. Maybe the GOAT is alive." This is his response to an officer revealing Tupac was an industry plant with a job of stopping the beef between the red and blue street teams.
Well, it turns out when I talked to Tupac's longtime mentor, political mentor, former Black Panther Chokwe Lumumba, who was his first business manager, he's told me, I basically asked, well, was Tupac only pretending to be in order to appeal to gangs and politicize them? And he said yes. And that was part of his thug life agenda that he came up with his imprisoned stepfather, Mutulu Shakur. And so Tupac was just using that in order to get the and the leaders to call peace truces, first in Los Angeles, then throughout California, and then throughout the country. And that was why he was pretending to be this type. And really, he was just an intellectual prodigy.
With the plan obviously not working, he suddenly passed. Someone who investigated Tupac's entire life claimed he wasn't about the street life for real. As a writer who made the biography of Tupac claims he wasn't as tough as he portrayed, saying he didn't even know how to use a firearm.
Because he died because all these guys sold him this lifestyle idea, but he wasn't it. He couldn't fight. He had no athleticism. He didn't know how to shoot a he wasn't that guy, but he started to believe it.
He method acted it.
100% method acted it.
When you compare this new information to a 2010 interview with a rapper named Tretch, things get weird. In 2010, Tretch was interviewed about Tupac before a show. Back in the day, Tupac and Tretch were close friends and worked on a couple albums together. However, once the main part of the interview was done, the cameraman forgot to stop recording, and you hear him asking when Tretch last saw Tupac.
So if you ain't ready for it, get on the sidewalk.
One last question. Is Pac still alive?
Nobody knows.
Y'all good? Yeah, we good. Thanks a lot, man.
Last time I saw him, he was in church.
But it's extremely weird how Tretch didn't even hesitate to answer the question. He acted like it was a normal question and answered it casually. Coincidentally, just weeks later, an online forum would find a video of what's believed to be Tupac in a parking lot in Cuba.
Zoom in. That's Pac, man. He was the outlaw. And Reg from Holler Back is trying to be friendly and get autographs. Holler Back exclusive, baby. Holler Back.
This is what started the Tupac is alive in Cuba theory. However, there's weirder things in the Tupac case which make you question his passing, because Suge Knight was one of the most involved people in Tupac's life, and he believes he is still alive. He said it multiple times in interviews across the last 2 decades. Suge Knight was literally the one who was with Tupac on the night he supposedly passed, so you think he would know the most. Suge even said how Tupac was doing fine in the hospital with him when he said, "When I left that hospital, me and Tupac were laughing and joking." I don't see how somebody can turn from doing well to doing bad.
I mean, when I left that hospital, me and Pac was laughing and joking. So I don't see how somebody can turn from doing well to doing bad.
So you seriously think that he might still be alive?
I would say that Pac, you never know.
But what's weird is the police say Tupac was in a very deep sleep when he got to the hospital. It wouldn't have been possible for them to be laughing if Tupac was unconscious. However, Suge Knight stuck with this story on multiple occasions, as he said the same in a 2008 interview.
So he was conscious on the way to the hospital?
He was conscious on the way to the hospital. He was conscious in the ambulance. He was conscious after they did the surgery.
What was the last thing that he said to you?
They left.
But what's crazy is Suge appeared to be targeted at a club a couple weeks after this interview, as a man used a firearm in his direction multiple times. Although Knight kept his mouth shut, he was scared to tell the police anything because he thought it was because he spoke about Tupac weeks earlier. Although Suge Knight's son, Suge Knight Jr. made the same mistake. He called out Tupac for still being alive in an Instagram post where he says he's living in Malaysia. In the following days, he posted again with a text conversation which read, "You said too much. It's time for you to go." But Suge's son continued posting as he posted Tupac Tupac with modern-day celebrities like 50 Cent and Beyonce. On the pic with Tupac and Beyonce, he captioned it, "He never left us, but they'll be after me soon." Some fans believe this was a publicity stunt to get Suge's son clout, but others believe it's real, because they would be the ones to know the most about Tupac's situation, considering Suge was there on the night of it happening. Although new evidence from investigators suggests Tupac used Diddy to help fake his passing. Police revealed that on November 18, 1995, Tupac was photographed with Diddy's baby mama Sarah Chapman. Diddy described Sarah as being the one for him. She's his dream girl, so when she got with Tupac back in the day, Diddy hated it. He got extremely jealous, and Tupac claims that Diddy made an attempt on his life back in the day.
I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I could say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows. So every time he say it didn't happen, or that's the only thing that makes this become an issue to everybody. I was acting. Who gets shot 5 times in acts? Oh, I didn't get shot 5 times in their vision. I only got shot once because they found the bug. The police found him, but now they the cops. Now they doing detective work.
With Diddy failing the first time, he tried again. In the Diddy trial, it was revealed. Former cop claims Diddy had Tupac dealt with for $1 million. Suge retaliated, having Biggie dealt with. They believe Diddy hired Keefe D to organize the hit on Tupac. But with Keefe D being free for a long time, detectives finally brought him in for questioning back in the day. But Keefe D didn't realize he was being recorded and mentioned how he met up with Diddy multiple times, and hints that Diddy was the lead guy behind the crime.
On all 4 of those occasions, there's San Diego, Anaheim, Irvine, and Vegas. Which ones do you actually talk to Puffy at?
Every one.
Every one of them. Which of those 4 is it when you talk to him about Tupac?
It was really about both of them, either one. It was
Tupac and Suge, you mean?
Yeah,
Shortly after that leak to the public, Diddy was confronted on an interview about being responsible for Tupac's passing, which led to a very awkward moment.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because you, listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
In the Diddy trial, he was questioned about his involvement. The news wrote, Diddy faces questions about his alleged role in Tupac's passing after being mentioned 77 times in a new legal filing. This would hit news headlines fast. Even 50 Cent reacted as it states. 50 Cent says he doesn't like Diddy because he had Tupac hit.
I hate when they leave me to talk because I always say the wrong thing. I always say the wrong thing. Last time they left me, I said something about Puffy. You saw that? Clip? Yeah! I gotta stop doing that I've been talking to a therapist to try to help me with the I'm saying. I said crazy no reason. Oh wait, maybe I said it about Puffy because he got Tupac killed.
But when you investigate further, it proves Diddy didn't act alone. As new reports say, the reinvestigation of Tupac's passing is revealing new names and evidence of those involved. A new name brought up is Suge Knight. With Suge being someone that might be responsible for Tupac, it's important to hear what Eminem said years ago. In a statement, he said, "I'm holding Suge responsible for the passing of the 2 greatest rappers to ever grace the face of this planet. If only the late Christopher Wallace could talk, he could tell you himself. I'm holding Suge responsible for the passing of Ja Rule or anyone else down with the row." As Eminem seems to believe that Tupac and Biggie's passing was Suge's fault, but another report revealed Detective Russell Poole suspected that Suge arranged Tupac's passing before he could exit the label. He then framed the rival Blue team to throw off investigators, as it raises the question of who's a famous Blue member that Suge tried to pin the crime on. The most known in the world is Snoop Dogg, so when you begin investigating him at the time of the crime, you realize that he was supposed to be in the BMW on the night that Tupac passed.
With Tupac, though, in regards to Tupac, I heard a story. Did you give him different advice that night on where to go?
I didn't give him no advice.
Right.
We wasn't seeing eye to eye.
Right.
So.
Saying during the Tyson.
Yeah, this incident that I'm explaining to you right now was the day before that.
Okay.
So when they got to Vegas, they went their way, I went back. I mean, when we got to LA, they went to Vegas and I went home. That's why I wasn't in the car with them.
He claims after last-minute changes, he decided not to go, which was possibly because they got into an argument with each other just days before.
The last time me and Tupac was on the same page, and I did an interview with Angie Martinez, and she asked me, how did I feel about Puffy and Biggie? And I told her that I like their music and I want to do music with them. Bro didn't like that, Tupac didn't like that, so we had a misunderstanding. So on the flight back to LA, I didn't feel comfortable around them for what they had did, as far as I didn't let my security ride with me. So to protect myself and to, prevent from happening, I slept under a blanket with the knife and the fork just in case something was to go wrong, but it didn't.
But it's definitely suspicious all of this happened within 72 hours of the Tupac hit. In case you don't know, Snoop used to be heavily tapped into the streets. If anyone was making a move on Tupac, it's possible that Snoop caught wind of it and decided to not be with Tupac on that night. But this argument between them just a couple days before Tupac passed must have been serious, as Snoop claimed Tupac hated him.
I say a week before he died, we was best of friends. 2 days before he died, I don't think he liked me.
Why?
Because we was in New York, and it happened. New York, they shot at me and did all kind of shit to me, like just the worst you could think of, and I forgave him. And when did an interview and was asked, how do I feel about Puffy and Biggie? And I was like, I like them. I want to do some music with them. And that just rubbed Cuz the wrong way, like tried to kill me, got at you, and you talking about you want to do a song with them. I wasn't thinking about his emotions. I was thinking about the way I felt at the time. I wasn't into no controversy. I liked his music. They was our friends. We was all friends at one point. This video footage of all of us hanging out.
Although evidence in the Diddy trial gave the courtroom chills, they detailed what happened on the day that Tupac was targeted. On September 7th, 1996, Tupac was in Vegas with Suge Knight, and they went to the MGM Grand for a Mike Tyson match. Once it finished, they spotted their ops in the lobby and got into an altercation.
Suge Knight and their entourage went to the Mike Tyson at the MGM Grand. Keefe D and his nephew, Orlando Lane Anderson, and 2 of their friends were also there. Keefe D told LAPD Detective Greg Kading more than a decade ago, in a proffer that couldn't be used against him, the shooting was retaliation after Tupac jumped Orlando and beat him up at the casino. Surveillance cameras recorded the fight. Tupac was angry that Lane had stolen his necklace years prior in Compton. Tupac, Suge Knight, and the entourage left the casino quickly.
Security quickly broke it up, which left Tupac and Suge heading to their hotel to change for the night. Around 11 p.m., they left the hotel and got in the BMW to head to a club. However, once they pulled up to a red light, another car came up beside them and did the crime.
Knew about Tupac's concert at the Club 662. Members, including Orlando and Keefe D, jumped in their white Cadillac and started cruising the strip looking for the offender. Before long, they finally spotted Tupac's caravan. At the intersection of East Flamingo Boulevard and Koval Lane, the white Cadillac pulled alongside the black BMW with Suge on the driver and Tupac on the passenger seats. The back window of the Cadillac rolled twice in the chest, once in the arm, once in the thigh.
With the incident being a mystery for many years and no one being arrested, Keefe D suddenly hopped on an interview to say how he was involved in the crime. He claims he was in the car when they pulled up on Tupac.
And Bubble Up was the driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together. Just say that.
This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
Got to the light. He was gonna go drink, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He was hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac.
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next? You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat.
But Keefe D claimed that Tupac tried pulling out a firearm of his own right before they did the crime, but that hasn't been confirmed.
You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a...
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually...
No, once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car
That's what happened.
started at Tupac and Suge.
What's interesting is from the very beginning, the police knew Keefe D played a role. They interrogated him on the night of the crime.
Lane starts. You say Suge looks over, he sees you. He looks right at you.
Yeah, he looks at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then Tupac's busy getting. Evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out of the line.
back seat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside of their car?
I seen him going Suge head. I thought he was.
So Orlando started across Dre.
He leaned over on
in the window, we rolled down the window.
During the police's investigation, they also found Keefe D's reaction to Tupac's passing, which shows his true emotions.
Yeah, I hate that happened, dog. You know, I really do, man. Cause it took a lot of people's lives, dude. Hate that happened. Probably to God. I feel they should, you know, that was wrong, man. It was just wrong, purely wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wish it had never happened. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on it. It never happened, dude.